What's going on, everybody? My name is Jake and welcome back to more Pokemon Emerald post-game. In the last episode, we caught Kyogre, the second of the three legendaries here in Hoenn, the Sea Basin Pokemon. And now in today's episode, we're going to be trying to catch his rival, Groudon. So, without further ado, we already made our way out here to Route 116, the last part. Let's go ahead and enter. I have the same supplies that we went into with the Kyogre battle, which, honestly, catching that thing at full health, granted it was sleeping with an Ultra Ball, we've got a shit ton of supplies here. And like I've said before, I'm going to try to catch it in, a Pokeball or something stupid like that, but if it takes 50,000 attempts to do it, I'm not going to subject you guys to that, alright? So, I will, if it's getting, egregious, we'll cut away, and then I'll come back to the last couple attempts before we finally catch it, alright? Anyway, as he lumbers his way over to us, I think Groudon, he's probably got my favorite cry of the three legendaries here in Hoenn. It just like really fits his design and personality, like he's this giant lumbering landmass beast. I think Kyogre's is pretty cool too, as we kind of offset the... Oh, actually, I saw a comment about this, but I don't have Manectric, so... Yeah, but anyway, someone was saying how... Wow, Groudon outspeeding Kyogre. I would not have thought that to be the case, but... I'm going to use Double Edge here. I'm not going to risk a Hydro Pump and knocking this thing out. But, yeah, I think Groudon's got my favorite cry of the three. Kyogre's probably got my favorite overall design, but Rayquaza's like the best of both worlds for that. Yeah, I've said it numerous times, Rayquaza's my favorite legendary. But, again, the Hoenn Trio is probably my favorite in the entire series. Obviously, yeah, I have a love for all three of those. I really, really like Dialga and Palkia, but more so Dialga. Giratina's awesome as well. The Gen 4 Legendary Trio is a close second as far as my personal preference for the Legendaries. And then I really, really like Reshiram in Gen 5. Gen 5 is also my favorite generation, so yeah. I have kind of a bias towards it, but... Anyway, let's go ahead, now that it's in the yellow range. Don't want to risk knocking it out. And we got one shake on the first Pokeball. That's better than I was expecting. And until we don't get any shakes, we got to keep throwing these damn Pokeballs. I could probably go for another Double Edge, but don't want to risk knocking it out. And we don't get a shake on the Pokeball, so... And now he's awake. And now he uses Rest again. I really wonder if Hydro Pump would knock it out. I feel like it could maybe survive one, but especially with the rain on our side, I really don't want to take that chance, so let's just Double Edge it. Keep Double Edging it. And exactly why I didn't want to use Double Edge the last time when he was in Yellow Health is that we got a critical hit there. But no way we get two critical hits in a row, right? No way we get two critical hits in a row. No way we get two critical hits in a row. I totally didn't just speak that into existence. Okay, there we go. Thank you, game. Alright, Red Health, he's sleeping. Let's go ahead and go for an Ultra Ball. That was what Kyogre was captured in, so naturally his rival will be captured in an Ultra Ball as well. One. Damn it. And he goes for Fissure, which I think is a one-hit KO move. Could be wrong on that. Chugga Conroy caught his Groudon in a Nest Ball, so let's throw a Nest Ball. Why not? Not a single shake. And, wow, he hits us with Fissure this time. Yeah, this is a one-hit KO, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Overkill, though. Jeez, we were at like a third of our health. Alright, well, you can't hit Rayquaza with Fissure, so... Gonna go ahead. So really all he can hit us with here is Fire Blast, and I'm not sure if he has Double Edge as well. Premier Ball, why not? We'll start to bust out the timer balls here in a little bit. Never mind. Oh! I was going to be like, never mind, we don't need the timer ball, but... Alright, we'll throw that last Premier Ball, because... it's fun. Boy, this is a situation where I really wish I was on Fire Red and I had Parasect with us so I could use Spore. But yeah, I saw a comment that... Ah, damn it. Well, Premier Ball got 2 shakes each, so not bad. But someone was thinking that if it's raining, that all electric type moves hit. And I've honestly never heard of that. I don't know if it's true or not, but I still feel like since Groudon is the electric type, it probably... Oh yeah, that's right, he has Solar Beam. Because this is a lot more threatening with his normal ability Drought, because he doesn't have to charge up for the Solar Beam. Let's throw these last 2 Nest Balls, why not? But yeah, I'm still thinking that because he's the ground type, the Thunder Waves wouldn't work. I could be wrong. Not that it matters, so I don't even have Manectric with us. And yeah, I was definitely anticipating this being the toughest legendary to hit, or not hit, catch. Just because of the fact that we don't have a way to have a Status Infliction on it without knocking it out. I guess we could get lucky if he rests. I could go to Tentacruel and use Ice Beam when he's like at full health. Maybe we could freeze him. Ice Beam would be super effective damage, so definitely, but he'll probably outspeed us. Okay, full health Timer Ball. Timer Ball kind of fits Groudon's design, I'm not gonna lie. Like with the like hornish thing on the top. I don't know. Alright, Alright, we caught his rival full health while sleeping in an Ultra Ball. Can we do the same thing here? No. Not a shake. Man, both the Premier Balls getting 2 shakes was exciting. But apparently not meant to be. Let's go Extreme Speed here. We gotta whittle his health down a little bit. And he goes right back to sleep. I don't want to use Outrage, because Outrage will have same type attack bonus and it will repeatedly hit, so go for Fly, I guess. I think we'll try to get him into the yellow range and then go back to throwing balls at him. I think even in this range we're safe with an Extreme Speed critical hit if it does result in that, but at least drag this into the yellow and we will go back to throwing some Pokeballs, or not Pokeballs, balls at him. Alright, yellow health. We gotta go back to a Pokeball, man. We got to. Nope. Okay. So like I said, I'll throw a handful more here. And then, you know, if it starts to drag on to, you know, 15 or whatever minutes, might cut away. Come on, I have 69 Pokeballs left. You know you want to go in this one. You know you want to go in this one. 1. Okay, well, he thought about it. He was like, okay, it'd be kind of funny. He thought about it, but it's not meant to be. My cats are fighting, and my one is doing such a strange face. He's like spread eagle trying to defend from my other one. What a weird animal, man. Cats, I love them, though. I've always liked cats. I like dogs, too, but I've just always had a preference for cats. So I got my first one when I was in my first year at Ohio State. So like I went to Columbus State for 2 years, and then I took a semester off after my mom had passed away. And then oh gosh. During that, God, we about have both the fucking Hoenn Legendaries full health in Ultra Balls, man. But anyway, as I was saying, in my semester off from school, I was like fucking lonely because I didn't live with my usual roommates at the time. They had kind of moved back home and people were kind of spread out because it was during COVID. So I lived with these people that I met off Facebook, just looking for a roommate and a place to live because I was going to go back to school that summer, and then obviously the following spring, or not spring, fall. So I need a place to stay for the following semester. And so, not that my roommates were bad or anything, they were cool people, and like I got along with them, but I was just like, man, I need something to like interact with at home. Like, I'm gonna get a fucking cat because I've always liked cats. And so I adopted one, and then I had him I've had him now for 5 years. He's 5 years old. But I had him through the rest of my college years, and then when I graduated college and moved into an apartment by myself, you know, starting the whole adult life, I was like, there's gonna be days where I'm gone all day, like, he needs a friend. And so I got him a little buddy, and they're perfect together, and I love them so much. You know, once I ever own a house or a condo or whatever, I'll probably look to get a dog since it's more space. But I don't know, I would kind of feel bad living in my apartment's not like tiny, but it's a 1-bedroom apartment, you know. And I always kind of feel bad, especially because I would want like a bigger dog, like a golden retriever or, you know, border collie or something like that. Not that border collie is a very big dog, but I would want them to have some more space is what I'm trying to say. So I think I would hold off on getting a dog until I got a little more space for them to roam or have their own yard and everything. The cats are just like so low maintenance, man. You just make sure they got food, water, you clean out their litter box, and they are good. Alright. Okay. At least we're getting like somewhat consistent shakes out of these. You know, like we're not completely whiffing. Alright, let's try a couple more timer balls here. I kind of figure this would be the freaking stingiest one for us to catch. But it is what it is. Alright. Let's throw our one repeat ball. Oh, that was cool. I had like the infinity logo when it popped open. Great ball. This is the reality of catching legendary Pokemon. It is just repeated. Oh no, the Pokemon broke free. Ah, I almost had it. Shoot, it was so close. Over and over again until you lose your mind and have to sit in a room with padded walls. No, I'm just kidding. Come on, you bastard. I know, you're probably screaming at me to attack it. Alright. He just wants to take a nap, man. He's just like, I want to use rest. Don't worry about it hitting out. Honestly, I would love a critical hit here because it would drag it right to red health. But nope. Only when I don't need them. Critical hit here, I think, would also be fine. But nope. See, now if I were to attack, I'd get a critical hit. Even though it's not in a range where it would knock it out. I just know it would. Well, extreme speed wouldn't knock it out at least. I think it would be just barely not enough. Okay, you fucker. You know what, maybe we need to switch up the strat here. I gotta try to have, like, my best bet is to switch to Tentacruel here. Just to at least try to have a Pokemon that can have a different stats infliction on it. I know it's not a high probability that... this will be a good test to see how much damage that the moves do. And yeah, as I figured, Groudon does outspeed us. That was not a critical. Holy crap, that did way more than I thought it would, because we're 24 levels below it. Okay, Tentacruel, pop off. I guess it is raining. I didn't even factor that in. Alright, at least we're back to getting shakes. Okay, he's setting up a solar beam. Should I risk an ice beam? I don't think so. It wouldn't do same type attack. It would do super effective. You need to take risk in life, people. Honestly, we might not even survive this, so it might be all moot, but... Oh, wow. I did 40 damage. Okay. Survive and then be frozen. Okay? Damn it. Alright, well, at least it survived. So we can get at least one ball off here in the red health. Damn. Okay, he's setting up another solar beam. Should I fuck myself and use toxic here? No. Timer ball. 1, 2. Ah! At least we know we can stand up to these solar beams pretty well. Gotta try it. Pokeball, go! Rats. Pokeball again. 1, 2. Damn it! Gosh. We're getting freaking close. And we had 1 3 shake. Couple 2 shakes. Like we're right there. Alright. 2, 3. Ah! Ugh. Fucker. Alright. I'm going to take this turn to heal, because I think Tentacruel's a good option to have out here. I don't know if he's out of PP for rest. But in case he uses it again, I mean, it's our only chance to have another status infliction. So, definitely wouldn't hurt to keep Tentacruel alive. Alright. You have shook 3 times twice in an Ultra Ball. 3rd time's a charm. Next time you shake 3 times, you will be caught. I demand it. But first I'm going to throw a timer bomb. Okay. I guess in this intermission I can kind of talk about, you know, what I want to do on the channel here. I've kind of talked about, or hinted at, or not even hinted, just kind of said what I want to do in the comments and stuff. But so I'm planning on doing Pokemon Gaia ROM hack Let's Play in the near future. But I kind of want to leave this up to, you know, whoever in the comments. Would you rather see me start? Obviously, I need to factor into this. We're going to be finishing up the Fire Red as well. I'm just in the process of level grinding for that, and you bastard! I'm just trying to get everyone in the party, besides Mewtwo, obviously, up to level 60. And then I'll start the post-game for that. Okay, it doesn't look like he's going to use rest, so I don't think we can attack it anymore. So I might as well just keep chucking balls at it. But anyway, so... Yeah! Okay, there we go. And I scared the fuck out of my cat. Alright. Okay, so it wasn't 3rd time's a charm. It was 4th time's a charm with the 3 shakes on the Ultra Ball. Look at the Ultra Balls, man. Our freaking legendary catching masterclasses. I don't even know how to describe it. Groudon, the continent Pokemon, 11'6", 2,094 pounds. God damn. Groudon has appeared in mythology as the creator of the land and sleeps in magma underground and is said to make volcanoes erupt on awakening. Whew, okay. Let's freaking go, guys. Alright, let's escape rope out of here. The Ultra Balls, man, that's what you need to catch the legendaries in Hoenn, unless you're a pussy like me and throw the Master Ball at Rayquaza, but it's my favorite, okay? Give me a pass. Someone said that it would have probably been better to save that for Latios / Latias, which you're 100% correct. I honestly wasn't thinking of that. I'm not going to lie to you. But anyway, now let's go ahead and fly... Rustboro City, sure. But yeah, so for the channel, would you rather see me start a new Let's Play or go back and do either the Glazed and Pokemon Crystal post games? Because bleh, I said because like 3 times there. Since both of those games have entire regions to go through for their post game, it would kind of be like LP's Part 2. You know, it'd be the Glaze would be the Johto playthrough, and then Crystal would be the Kanto playthrough. So, would you guys rather see that, or me start a brand new ROM hack? Obviously, after, you know, finishing up here, catching the legendaries, checking out some of the Battle Frontier, and then finishing Fire Red, taking on the Elite Four with Mewtwo. So, I'll kind of leave that up there. And then also, I know, like, it's not a spectrum of interests that crossover very much, but as you've seen, I've been putting out some UFC content on the channel, just trying to reach into other horizons, and because it's something I'm really interested in. So I don't know if those watching this would be watching the same stuff. I know one person is, shout out Nick Wonderworker, one of the OGs, man. But anyway, if you guys haven't watched any of that, any feedback on those, because I feel like those videos are a little bit more personable, if that's the right word, because you guys get to see my face and whatever. Again, I know Pokemon and UFC don't really overlap all that much, if at all. But if you guys have watched it, I'll take any feedback on that. But yeah, so now we've got the 3 legendaries, the 3 main legendaries here in Hoenn. So put them at the top of our party, and then it's kind of fitting. We have the first 3 Pokemon we caught in our playthrough. So Kyogre, and then now Groudon, as you see, has the best defense of the 3, best physical attack. Actually, no, Rayquaza has better physical attack. And is surprisingly really fast. I would not have figured Groudon to be that fast. It's almost as fast as Rayquaza. But yeah. So there we go. As far as the next part, I have to do some research and see other things in the post game. Like, I know you can catch the Regis in this game, but if I'm not mistaken, the pathway to get to them is a pain in the ass. So I'll research on it and see if it's something I want to do. To be completely honest with you, I'm not a fan of the Regis, so if people really want to see it, you know, I'll try my best. But if you're okay not seeing it, I would rather just see the Battle Frontier or some of the Battle Frontier, or, you know, however you catch Latios and Latios in this, we'll do that. But yeah, so probably be a couple days until my next upload for Pokemon. I'll continue level grinding on Fire Red. I'm hoping to have that out early next week for the Fire Red finale, post-game finale, I should say. And then, yeah, just let me know what you would prefer the next LP project to be. One of the post-games, you know, part 2, essentially, because they're both going into second regions, or would you rather see me start Pokemon Gaia LP? I'll leave it up. Like I said, it'll probably be a couple of days until the next upload for Pokemon at least, so have some time to gather some feedback. And again, if you haven't already, check out some of the other content on the channel. You know, again, you get to see my face. Maybe something that if you're not interested in, you could start learning about, whatever. Just trying to reach some other horizons and avenues, okay? But anyway, that'll do it for this part. I hope you guys enjoyed. Appreciate all of you for watching and the comments and everything. They really mean a lot. And, you know, yeah, I just love all the engagement, all right? So, again, thank you. I'll see you guys next time for more Pokemon Emerald post-game. Goodbye.